So I'm joined now by Stephanie Barone from Calcuquote, which is a company we've interviewed quite a few times in the last year. But you keep coming out with new things.
We do.
So, of course, you've got the old standards, the
quoting and the purchasing.
and the purchasing and that type of thing. And then the most recent one, of course, is where you opened up the market one, CQ stock, where people can use their excess inventory. And they can basically post what they've got as excess inventory, or go on there and look for materials that they're looking for themselves.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Absolutely. So how has that been working?
I bet I get a text or an email or something a week from one of my customers who says, "You guys saved my bacon," which I love. It's working great. As things start to get less bananas crazy in the supply chain, it's not as necessary. But I mean, sometimes if you're stuck between I'm not going to find this part, or there's a broker who's going to charge me $500 for this part, I can go look. So again, it's not something we're charging for. It's literally just, like I said, hippy dippy, right? We're just trying to make the industry a better place to live.
That's the beauty of it.
It's
a free
working
service.
really well. Yeah.
Now, you've also brought out a couple of other new CQ modules or services. So tell me a little bit about them.
Well, there's Part CQ, which is very new, and it's basically it's searching for alternates using massive amounts of data, machine learning, really cool stuff happening on the back end, but basically saying, hey, if these 7 customers have these parts in common, maybe 60% of them in common, and they've all had these other parts that are part of their build, maybe the other 40% are good too, right? Like starting to use some data points, and I'm way dumbing it down, but it's really impressive. It's an impressive and I think it's going to be a real game changer in the marketplace.
So it's taking the preferred vendors off of the list that they've got.
It's the MPNs, the actual parts. So like an 0402 is an 0402 the world around, right? So saying, hey, this customer has these 7 0402s approved, and this customer has these 4 0402s approved. Well, maybe the other 3 will work. Maybe they won't. But that's a very dumbed down example of ways that you might find additional alternates. Who else has been using alternates for this part? How has this been subbed in the past? Just helping customers cast a wider net so they're more likely to have fewer bottlenecks.
And do you rank that by a percentage, like 80% of our customers think that this might work too?
We haven't even gotten that far, but I think 100% of our customers are like, hey, if I can find a better way to find alternates that I know that's going to be accurate, that's going to be more likely to be really a good substitution, heck yeah, we want to see that.
Right, okay. Good. So that's the stock. That's the part. CQ's part. Okay. What else have you got?
I just spent a lot of time last night talking about something called board CQ, which is still in the talking about it on a cocktail napkin phase, but basically applying a lot of the principles of the components to shopping for boards.
Right.
So that's something that we're talking about. We're talking about Dash CQ, which is pulling data. A lot of our customers are using our systems and are using our tools, and we've got suppliers that they're part of this network. There's a lake of data out there that if they could bring that data back and do more than just look at it and go, nice spreadsheet. If you would actually take that data and do something actionable with it, like when are we winning? Why are we winning? Why are we losing? When are we losing? How do we change that? You can use that data to find that and be better. So that's something that we're really starting to put together for the supplier side of now we've got these acres and lakes and whatevers of data, do something with it. So that's something we're coming up with.
So what do you? So you're doing that for the supplier side.
And customer side, yeah. There's just data, lots of data.
Right. And so you're looking at why people bought certain components from vendor A, not from vendor B, etc. And saying, well, they were cheaper or they were faster on delivery or whatever the reason was.
And that's a lot of times suppliers will say, but, I might not be the cheapest, but we deliver better service, and you can't necessarily see that in Calcuquote. And we're like, well, no, you can actually.
Yeah.
There is fuzzy logic out there, and there is machine learning that helps you define that and say, hey, maybe they're not the cheapest, but they get it faster, or they've got more flexible payment terms, or they've got more flexible packaging. Who knows?
Right.
So yeah, it's just there's that data there, and it helps. That's an example of why did we win or why did we lose. But there's also what's a health score of us as a company? Like what are we doing well? Where are we not doing well? That kind of thing. So yeah. Just using data to make actionable changes within an organization. So we're helping people do that.
It's incredible.
Get better.
Yeah, it's a never evolving story, with Calcuquote. I mean, you guys, you've been around since when? I mean,
2014, we were, an idea. I think we got our first beta customer in 2015, so 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been amazing. I mean, I've been here for 3 years. I didn't even come from the electronics industry, and literally fell in love with this scrappy little startup, and now we're really the one that everybody thinks of when you talk about quoting software in our industry.
Yeah,
we're the ones.
Certainly saved a lot of people a lot of problems, especially through COVID. But it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And I've always been a fan, believe me. Anyway, Stephanie, it's been great to catch up on all the new things at CQ. And we look forward to watching your progress and your continuous growth.
Thank you. Me too. It's exciting. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.